in the featherweight bout, in the featherweight division, under C-class rules over 3 3-minute rounds. And introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, he weighed in at 65.7 kilos and trains out of Southside MMA. Tonight, he makes his MMA debut. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Hussein Hussein! And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, he weighed in at 64.3 kilos and trains out of Gangbred Academy. Tonight, also making his MMA debut. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Christian Cook! And when the action begins, your referee in charge, Phil Cassidy.
We've got Daniel Velvet Lips Maudsley doing the announcing tonight. About to welcome him as our third member to the commentary booth.
Yeah, good evening, gentlemen. Very excited to be in the booth here for Winter Warrior Season 3 finale. And a couple of debutants to kick us off.
Absolutely, it looks like it's going to be a good fight. And Christian Cook opens up early with a nice low kick.
Two great teams, of course, in the corner for these two fighters. Southside MMA for the man in the blue corner, and Gamebred Academy behind our fighter in the red corner.
Both fighters just feeling each other out early.
Yeah, it definitely looked like Christian wants to stay on the outside and use his kicking game and use that reach advantage.
And maybe a bit of a surprise to Christian here, because it looks like Hussein's in southpaw, and of course coming up against a debutant, no footage on them, so he might not have been preparing for a southpaw, so interested to see what kind of adjustments he'll have to make on the fly.
Yeah, and you know, Christian he's throwing that right hand, he's throwing it a bit of a straight right or an overhand right, and for those playing at home, that is a good weapon to use against the southpaw for an orthodox fighter. So whether or not he's kind of planned that or whether it's just good luck, but he could find a home for that right hand pretty soon.
Yeah, it looks like Hussein really trying to time that overhand left. Here's off the inside low kick from Christian. Saw him land a nice one there about 30 seconds ago.
Both fighters a bit cautious at the moment, just swinging a bit wildly.
Yeah, always nerve-wracking, of course. Debut, so first time in the cage for these two fellas in front of almost sold-out Mansfield Tavern.
Yeah, and here we see Hussein coming in, looking to use that wrestling background that he has, get himself a takedown. But Christian Cook seems to be defending well so far.
He's got the underhook. He looks like he might be able to move to the back if he can get his right leg out.
So, of course, no punches to the head of a grounded opponent here in C-class, but the body's fair game there, so seeing Christian Cook let go of a few hammer fists to the midsection there and Hussein.
Looks like he's reaching for that Kimura on the far side.
So an interesting little position here. But Christian doing his best to try and avoid getting taken down, but there it is. Hussein eventually clasps the hands together and gets his fight down on the mat.
Yeah, and I think it's important, especially as debutants, these guys now, they've both expended a bit of energy. They've probably got over that adrenaline dump at the opening part of the round. Now it's important for them to sort of settle into this pace and find themselves a pace that they can work at. So I think the first guy to sort of take a deep breath and think about where they're going now will have a great advantage.
That's it, exactly, Brendan. It's about taking a few breaths here and realising I'm in a fight. Let's settle in. Let's think about what we've trained, what we've drilled now.
So good control here from Hussein down the stretch in the opening stanza. Of course, 3 3-minute rounds for the C-class fights tonight. And it looks like here we'll finish out the first round on top. So a bit of a clash of styles there in the first round, gentlemen.
How he's going to come out now.
Yep.
So 10 seconds out. So Phil Cassidy now clearing the coaches out of the cage.
Christian, interesting though, Christian now coming into the second round. He does look very fresh here in the corner. Perhaps just a little fresher than Hussein. So we'll see how the cardio of both guys holds up in this second round.
And round 2, straight back to that inside low kick there from Christian Cook. Slips off centre line there with a nice cross to the body. And now I guess the big question is how long till Hussein looks to try and get another takedown and put Christian back on his back onto his back.
Yeah. And you would think, oh, here we go. I was going to say, you would think how he finished that last round, he would try and do that pretty quickly.
Yeah, exactly. I'd be saying more of the, I'd be saying rinse and repeat if I was Stollier in the corner there.
Yep.
So it looks like a kind of a modified side control position here. Attempt to re-guard there from Christian Cook. And it looks like he's pretty much got back to close guard there. So this isn't too bad a position in C-Class, of course, with no shots to the head of a grounded opponent. If you do have an active guard, as we see there, he shot for an armbar, but no luck securing that.
Didn't control that posture.
So good job from Hussein to pass. And
He's on
great
the
mat
back.
return.
And we're just seeing that sort of dominant, crushing wrestling top game shown by Hussein here.
He's going to establish a hook here and see if he can control this position.
So both hooks in there as Christian Cook turtles. Trying to roll out of this position here. But like you said, Joel, great control from Hussein, but Christian Cook back to his feet.
Yeah, and we'll see here if Christian can push away, defend the takedown, push away again and go to work.
Needs to split those legs a little bit more.
Yeah. And again, Hussein with the takedown. And he's straight into a dominant mount position. And this definitely not the best position for Christian Cook to be in.
But not such a bad spot in C-Class. Good mount reversal there. Get a ground and pound of his own from Cook.
And to be honest, guys, if I was Christian Cook here, I'd be looking to, when I could, stand back up, because he does seem very dominant back up there. And he's only sort of one reversal away from being back on the bottom down on the ground. But he seems to be backing himself here, holding top position.
Knees to the body, perfectly legal in C-Class.
So great job to passing to the opposite side of, looked like Hussein was maybe threatening a guillotine there, but Christian Cook aware that he needs to get his body onto the other side. So some nice awareness shown there by the fighter in the red corner.
And now
Seatbelt grip. Christian needs to keep his body weight above Hussein's here.
Hussein back to his feet with 10 seconds to go in this round. The boys are tied up in the clinch, and Cook's doing some nice work with some short knees here in the clinch.
And that's a better round from Cook.
Yeah, that was a good round.
Teams from Southside MMA and Gamebred, respectively, making their way out.
Simon Cloud just makes his way out of the cage.
So a great clash of gyms here, Southside MMA and Gamebred Academy. Two of the top gyms, particularly in this area of Brisbane. So certainly not the first battle they've had against each other.
Yeah, we see both guys opening up with some very strong, committed striking. I think both guys know that it's do or die in this round.
Yeah. Oh, some big shots landed here. Nice uppercut in the middle as Christian went for the tight clinch.
Managed to duck that one. Christian looking for the takedown.
And Hussein is really opening up with some strikes. Landing with many, but he was definitely putting everything he had into him.
And Christian Cook was getting a little overwhelmed there, so smartly closed the distance. Beautiful head on the outside single leg.
And that was some great, for a guy making his debut, that was some really good composure.
Excellent.
Fighting off the back foot there, looking for a nice takedown and executing it technically.
He's making a path to the back here. He's going to lose it. He's going to end up on the bottom now. This fight's going backwards and forwards. It's going everywhere.
Yeah, glad we're not judging this one, fellas.
Yeah, there's many great fights on this Winter Warrior card that I'm glad I'm not having to judge. I just get to enjoy and call it with you guys.
Yeah, what a great experience. Shooting for that armbar. He's got to control the posture when he does it this time, so he can't slip out. Bit of ground and pound by Hussein. Just peppering away, keeping the judges' score ticking over.
Yeah. Now Hussein has passed the guard. He's trying to advance up to dominant position, and this is where Cook should really be scrambling. And there he goes, back to his feet. Let's see if he can defend this takedown here. like you said before, Joel, he really needs to split those legs against the cage.
Yeah, get back. He needs to use that cage to stand up. He's got a whizzer. Fatigue setting in.
And a nice transition to the mount there by Hussein.
Yeah, that's the second time Hussein's done a good job of jumping the knees there against the fence. So straight into mount. This isn't a fun spot for Christian Cook.
I mean, I'm impressed with Hussein here.
Had probably one of the more interesting choices of walkout music I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah, absolutely, Joel, and I mentioned that, the old silent walkout. Definitely something different. It makes you pay attention.
I was looking at the sound guy, thinking that maybe someone's forgot to hit play, but
Just got that mount position. 10 seconds left.
Yeah, and this is a very, very strong and impressive finish to the round by Hussein. He's
Ooh,
now
armbar.
transitioning for the armbar, and he's looking good. Oh,
Nice setup. That was good right to the last bell. Action-packed. That's what the crowd here at the Mansfield Tavern has come to see.
yeah, and just
Gentlemen, what a way to get us underway here tonight for the Wimp to Warrior Season 3 finale here in Brisbane. But after 3 rounds of action, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. And our judges have scored it for a split decision win for your fighter in the blue corner, Hussein.
yeah, and I think a well-deserved win by Hussein there, Joel.
Yeah, I agree. Christian Cook, can't take anything away from him. He showed some fortitude to bite down his mouthpiece when he was under pressure. So both of those guys have got some promise. So yeah, I think Christian needs a whole.